What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brain Waves. Welcome to my show. For those of you who are here, I kindly ask that you double tap the screen. And if you haven't subscribed, I ask that you do so. With today's topic, I got to call out black racist content creators. That's right. This is not a call for all content creators, but the black racist ones. That's right. You know, the ones who make video after video, live stream after live stream, and all they do is talk about white issues. You see, this is why they're black racists, because they claim that they want to be some type of champion, some type of leader for issues in the community, but yet they don't actually talk about issues in the black community. They're too busy focused on the white community to try to throw shade and make the white community look bad as if the black community doesn't have issues. Well, I want to speak about a particular situation that transcends into both communities. This affects both the black community and the white community and the black community. And this is a topic that has been on the news, but yet a lot of these black racist content creators are afraid to touch it. They are afraid to talk about it. Why? Because they're hypocrites. And as I said, they're racist. So what we're going to talk about is there is a left liberal black demon Edomite career criminal who unalives a young white woman. That's right. We're all the so-called black racist content creators who claim that they are champions for the black community. Where are they at? How come they're not covering the story? That's right. And in the same breath, we're all the so-called trolls that like to troll me. Where they at? They are missing in action, just like how the black content creators that are racist are missing in action when it comes to covering stories like this. Because you see, stories like this take place all of the time. And what affects the community, for example, if you live in a particular city, let's say you live in Chicago, right? What takes place in Chicago affects you whether you're white, black, green, blue, purple, or yellow. But yet, these black racist content creators act like it doesn't transcend into their communities. So what I want to show you is the particular story. We're going to get into it and break it down. Let's go.
How many times are we going to hear that someone was killed, someone was hurt, someone was maimed because a career criminal was let out on the streets? Well, just this week, an off-duty NYPD officer was shoved onto the subway tracks, allegedly by a thug with 18 priors.
Now, check this out. That right off the bat is already alarming. Okay? You have career criminals, and this is, let me make this clear, man. Let me make this clear. The whole career criminal situation is real bad on the left. It's real bad in the black community. It's real bad. But yet these black racist content creators never talk about these issues. In fact, they protect those individuals. They protect the black demon Edomites. Read the Bible if you want to know what am I referring to as Edomites. They protect them. They refuse to speak about them. They give them passes. They glorify them. They champion them. They say that if anything happens to them, it's a tragedy, but yet they won't talk about the tragedies that are actually taking place. I tell you, man, the hypocrisy is real. Anyhow, let's go ahead and look at this particular story, because this is yet a separate story as it relates to the story that I'm about to show you. And this is a shame. Look at what this career criminal did to an off-duty police officer. Let's run this back.
How many times are we going to hear that someone was killed, someone was hurt, someone was maimed because a career criminal was let out on the streets? Well, just this week, an off-duty NYPD officer was shoved onto the subway tracks, allegedly by a thug with 18 priors.
18 priors! 18 priors! And just unalive the officer. Is this not an issue in all of our communities? Is this not an issue in all of our communities? So how come the black racist Edomites are not talking about this? They're too busy making content trying to twist everything about Charlie Kirk being negative, Trump being negative, everybody white being negative, talk about white stories as if they are doing something to solve issues in the black community. What is talking about those issues while avoiding the issues in the black community doing? If we're going to talk about issues, we must talk about issues across the board. Otherwise, you're showing that you're racist. Let's go.
Aaron Walker is now charged with attempted murder. He was arrested 2 days after being put on supervised release for assault on the subway. Of course, we all remember 23-year-old Irina Zarutska.
Now, this is the story that we're about to get into, okay? This is the story, and I want y'all to see what's going on out here. And again, when you come into the building, make sure you double tap the screen, all right? We got a couple 100 people in the building and only 7 likes. What that's telling me is that the majority of people here support these black demon Edomites, and that they don't support me calling people like this out and raising awareness about these issues and how we need to hold these type of people accountable. Again, I'm only talking about the racist ones, the ones who only focus on white issues and want to talk about how bad white people are and everybody white, but they don't have anything and no smoke to say about anybody black unless it's somebody like myself speaking out, calling them out. That's the only smoke they got. Anyway, let's go.
The Ukrainian refugee stabbed to death on a commuter train. And now, we're going to introduce you to Logan Federico.
Mind you, this is the 3rd situation. You had the officer, the off-duty officer, boom, unalive. Then you just had the Ukrainian woman unalive. And now we have yet a white woman that's also been unalive. Let's go, man. This is crazy. Literally, these are 3 separate situations that I have to reiterate by a career criminal.
A 22-year-old aspiring teacher. She was visiting friends when a 30-year-old with a lengthy rap sheet broke in and murdered her.
Let's just take a look at this. These black demon Edomites. Look at that. Let this soak in. How come these racist black content creators who only make content calling on white folks, but they don't make content to call on black folks? So let me get this straight. So if you're black and you commit a heinous crime, if you're engaged in a career criminal situation, you got a long, lengthy rap sheet, that's okay in the eyes of God. And some of these content creators, and make no mistake, I'm gonna be calling them out, okay? Make no mistake. These content creators don't talk about it. Some of them are career criminals themselves. Some of them have a long, lengthy rap sheet, and then they have other crimes that they've recently committed that they're trying to evade, that they're trying to hide, that they're trying to get rid of evidence. And then they come on YouTube acting like they're some righteous person. You know, isn't it funny that a lot of people like to run to God? And I know y'all understand what I'm talking about. And I know you've come across individuals like this. People that like to run to God. They profess that they're a man of God, a woman of God. They quote scriptures all day long. And they act like they're right, but they're really crooked individuals. They're just hiding under that to deceive you, to deceive people around them into believing that there's someone good. And guess what? They're still up to their same antics. They're still up to their old tactics. So just let this sink in for a second and let's go.
In cold blood.
And while somebody's talking about Barry Blair, talking about why you not calling out the white people, because you have not checked my content. It's people like you that don't go check my content. You don't see that I got tons of videos calling out white people, whether they're famous, whether they're politicians or not. But you just walked into the building and you have no idea what you're talking about. I suggest you go take a look at my content and all the videos that I have. I have receipts to back up what I say. What do you have? Check my content before you open your mouth, because you make a fool of yourself when you speak on someone that you know nothing about. But I can show you Many content creators who make nothing but content calling out white folks all day long, and they duck and dodge calling out anybody black unless it's somebody like me, for example, that would call them out. So if you're black and you call those black demon racist content creators out, oh, they will make videos about you. But it will only be about you. They don't make videos about the actual career criminals and the issues in the community. Let's go.
Think about your child coming home from a night out with their friends, laying down, going to sleep, feeling somebody come in the room and wake them and drag her out of bed, naked, forced on her knees with her hands over her head, begging for her life. She was 5'3". She weighed 115 pounds.
Now, let me make something clear. A lot of y'all are insensitive. A lot of y'all have not dealt with losing someone that is near and dear to you. A lot of you don't know what it's like to lose a child. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. A lot of y'all are talking until a situation hits home, until you have yourself, a family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker, someone that you know. Maybe it's another church member. It could be anybody. Someone that you know, when a situation like this hits home, I like to see if it's he, ha, ha, ha. See, it's funny. It's all jokes when it's not hitting home. But then when it hits home, now all of a sudden you want people to be concerned. And how would you feel if people were laughing at your situation? You know, the Bible speaks about that. You're mocking people, laughing at people. You're capitalizing, enjoying seeing someone suffer. Man, I tell you, man, when people are on demon time, it's clear, and they're revealing themselves. I tell you, ever since Charlie Kirk got kirked, people are revealing who they are, man. Like it was already happening. I said 2025 is the year to shake up, break up, wake up, make up. That's my original talking point. And ever since Charlie Kirk passed, man, you seeing people's true colors. You see people that think everything is funny. They think it is funny. There's people in the chat laughing that this man now lost her daughter. You had a young 22-year-old woman that was about to be a teacher. Many of y'all wouldn't last 5 seconds in the classroom or in the school system, let alone going into that profession. I work in public safety in the school system. I'm in the schools all day, every day. Y'all wouldn't last 5 seconds. Y'all have no idea the battleground, the spiritual warfare, the actual warfare, dealing with situations inside the schools, outside of the schools. And here you have this career criminal that has been caught and released, catch and release, catch and release. And this guy, unfortunately, as the stereotypes go, was a leftist liberal. He wasn't on the right. He wasn't a conservative. He was a leftist liberal. He literally fits the status quo. Let's go.
Bang! Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 times, 25 felonies.
25 felonies and arrested 39 times. And yet this guy is running around. And unfortunately, the numbers and the statistics show, especially in the black communities, there's a lot of people like this individual running around. They're running around terrorizing the streets. And then you wonder why people got upset when Trump called the National Guard to areas like D.C. and Chirac. Y'all know it is Chicago and other areas. You wonder, and then you got these politicians protecting them. They're protecting these individuals. I tell you, man, this is crazy, man. Let's go.
Was on the street. You will be sick and tired of my face and my voice until this gets fixed. I will fight until my last breath for my daughter. Stop protecting the people that keep taking them from us. Please.
Look at this woman. She's 22 years young. 22. This is that man's daughter. Fresh out of college, fresh out of school, fresh start of her life, etc., etc. Gone. Why? because of a career criminal, somebody we knew that was violent, someone that we knew, and yet you don't have none of these black racist content creators voicing any of these concerns. They're not going in to vote. A lot of them tell you not to vote in the community so that when certain laws get passed, when you have cashless, a cash bail and all of these things, they're able to continue to get out and manipulate the system. Do you think these racist black content creators that are too busy making videos all day to talk about white people all day, when white people are not even doing, listen, in the black areas, white people committing crimes in the black areas is pretty much a non-factor. It's not to say there isn't an individual here or there, but when you look at the data, you look at the numbers, the majority of the crimes that take place in the black communities are done by black people. They're not done by white people. White people are generally in their communities, in white communities, committing crimes. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't any white individuals committing crimes in black neighborhoods. But generally speaking, when you look at the data, you look at the numbers, the majority of the numbers speak for themselves. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The majority of the crimes that take place in the black community are done by black individuals. Do not make me start pulling up the statistics, people. Do not make me start pulling up the statistics. Okay? I can put it up on the screen all day, every day. So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that we have to call out all issues. Okay? If you live in a particular community, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're some other ethnicity, Asian, Indian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. These issues impact our community. I don't want to see anybody lose their daughter. I don't want to see anybody lose their sons, their moms, their dads, their boyfriends, their girlfriends, their husbands, their wives, their kids. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to see any of that. Let me put something. Let me see if I can get this up here. Let me show you this. Everybody's talking about let me see if I can get this on the screen real quick. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. Oh man, like I tell you, man. I gotta try to get this on here because hold on. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Hopefully y'all can see this. This is going to be a problem for y'all to be able to see this on the screen. Okay, let me get this on the screen. Give me 1 second here. This is going to be probably a problem for me to show this on the screen the way that I want to. Man, it's so small. Okay, you can look here with the FBI crime stats, okay? I'm going to try to enlarge it right here. It has total arrests by race, right? And the thing is, you want to look at, like, especially when it comes to murder, okay? Right here, this is murder, non-negligent manslaughter, okay? You have 3,650 white individuals who committed murder, right, in terms of crimes. We have 4,078 black or African American, right? When it comes to robbery, and this is across the board. I didn't even get into the actual black neighborhoods. You have 25,143 white individuals that have committed robbery. You have 29,677 black or African American. And I could kind of start going down the list depending on the thefts. The thing is, when it comes to these violent crimes, we're not talking about non-violent crimes. A lot of these in the actual communities. Look at this right here. You might be able to see this right here. This says of adults arrested for murder, 51.3% were black or African American. 45.7% were white. and then 3.0% were of other races. Now we're talking about murder and violent crimes. And I don't want to start getting into the actual black neighborhoods. This is white neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, wealthy, poor, affluent. It doesn't matter. These are statistics across the board. The numbers increase in terms of black or African-American individuals committing violent crimes if I show you predominantly black communities. Okay, I really don't want to waste time on this. And a lot of people are just going to be ignorant without providing any proof or evidence with their response. They just talking out of opinion. Okay? So anyway, let's go. This is ridiculous. This is the issues too, what you're seeing. We're talking about a career criminal that has already been charged with felonies, already been charged with misdemeanors, and then they go do these violent crimes. This is ridiculous, man. Anyway, let's go.
You have the power. We put you in the power to...
Listen, Eric Fuentes, we're not talking about the overall data. Listen to what I said. I didn't say arrest altogether. I'm talking about violent crimes. The numbers that you're speaking of, you're including non-violent crimes. Your numbers do not count, sir. You're trying to inflate the numbers by including non-violent crimes. Listen, I said violent crimes like murder. We're speaking about murder, violent crimes. Don't include non-violent crimes. Now, the argument can flip when we're talking about non-violent crimes. That's not what we're speaking here. We're speaking about several people, a police officer that just got unalived, an off-duty cop. You have a Ukrainian woman who got unalived, and now we have this 22-year-old white woman who also got unalived by a black demon Edomite. That's 3 crimes just by this one individual. Let's go.
Do what you have to do. We're asking you, we're begging you all to stop this.
Here with me is that father you just heard, Stephen Federico. Stephen,
listen, how ignorant can people be? Dapper Dasher said those numbers you just showed stated arrests, not convictions. Does it matter if somebody's been arrested or convicted? It doesn't matter. They committed a crime. You don't get arrested for not committing crimes. You commit a crime. Now, the argument of whether you're being convicted or not depends on how much money you got, who's your attorney, and a lot of other factors that I care not to get into. Y'all are playing games that make no sense. If somebody commits a murder, we're talking about violent crimes. You know what, man? I'm wasting my time with y'all. Y'all ain't listening, man. Let's just play the video.
I saw that video and I was enraged right along with you. First of all, I'm so sorry for the loss of your daughter. It is a heartbreak. I have a daughter about the same age, and you say that Logan's suspected killer, Alexander Dickey, was treated with more respect, seemed to have more rights than she did. What did you mean by that?
Well, I mean, if you take a look at his criminal resume, he's got 39 crimes, 25 felonies. And they cared more about making sure he wasn't put in prison than worrying about whether or not he was going to hurt somebody. His crimes escalated every time he committed a new one. I mean, he finally graduated to the jackpot and executed our daughter. I mean, we're still trying to hear from the South Carolina solicitor to see what he's going to do, whether or not he's going to seek the death penalty or not, which obviously it checks all the boxes that it does. But they're more concerned about keeping criminals out of the prisons and out of the institutions than they are putting them in there to try to rehabilitate them. You can't rehabilitate some of these guys. It's just impossible.
Steve, there was a moment during this hearing when a Democrat, Congresswoman Deborah Ross, confused your daughter with another victim. Let's watch this.
I also want to express my deepest condolences to the family of Irina Zarutska. We should have been doing more to prevent crime and address the
Listen. Tanya Brown says, I'm misunderstanding something. The senators are talking about political crimes, and most white crimes are not reported, brother. Do you know how many black crimes go unreported? You have people that right now have literally contributed to what I'm saying, supporting what I'm saying. When you include all crimes, when you take out the violent crime element and you include all crimes, the statistics are higher among white individuals, right? We saw that, okay? And when we talk about political crimes, what does political crimes at the moment have to do with violent crimes anyway? Like, how many times do I have to repeat we're talking about violent crimes in the community? Violent crimes, crimes that result in the loss of life or severe injury, severe trauma, right? That's what we're focused on. Y'all are all over the place. Well, this says this and this says that. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about violent crimes. We're talking about career criminals. Listen, a lot of these career criminals, and y'all know them, they run around as Pookie and Ray Ray running around in the streets. They get caught, they get out, they do stuff, they don't even get arrested. They are allowed to continue to go around and commit crimes, and nobody does anything. People know who they are. People have called the police on them, and nothing happens. They've caught them, they've done it, and guess what? They're right back out roaming in the streets. Stop acting like y'all don't know. Y'all acting brand new. Listen, there's a lot of people, especially if you black, y'all acting brand new like you don't understand that we got people that are black, that are in the community, that are career criminals like this individual, that have had a lengthy rap sheet, and yet they're allowed to continue to run around and commit crimes. And then guess what? Those numbers go unreported, by the way. They do crimes, but it goes unreported. Man, listen, if I start getting into that, that's going to turn into a whole different argument. Let me just continue the video.
lack of mental health care long before this hearing, particularly. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Okay?
I am so sorry.
This is Logan Federica. This was before Irene.
I am so
4 months before.
I'm so sorry for your loss, and my heart goes out to you.
Dare you not know her?
You see how,
Steve, you know, we heard.
Did y'all see how the woman speaking didn't even know and wasn't even referring to this man's daughter? He was referring to the Ukrainian woman. Like, I tell you, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Like I said, ignore the people in the chat that, listen, anybody that comes into the chat that leads with offensive words, they lead with name calling, they're immature and they have no real argument. Because anyone with real arguments do not have to lead with name calling. So all the people that come here leading with name calling, listen, they're nothing credible. And they want a response out of me, but they don't get one. I don't respond to all of that immature behavior. Like, this is not elementary school. Shoot, even in elementary school, kids don't even do that. Let's go.
Heard the activists 5 years ago say, know her name, know his name. And you think this was more than just a mistake. It's a general sense of carelessness and heartlessness that just had to have added to the pain that I know you're already feeling as a parent.
It was humiliating. I mean, I did my homework before I went to the meeting. I would have known exactly who I was talking to. The meeting was about violence against, the innocent. And not to know who Logan was, her picture was right there. They're blondes, they're beautiful, but not to know who you were referring to, it was a little embarrassing and hurtful.
Steve, how are you? This is what I thought of when I saw you in the video. How are you as a father getting through this?
Well, you know, I'm fighting for Logan. I have to be Logan's voice because nobody else will be. I don't have anybody fighting for her. I don't have anybody fighting for her justice. Somebody has to fight for the innocent people that are left there. You know, we've got to make some drastic changes here in our system. People.
And, you know, speaking of which, where are the black content creators that are wasting their time making video after video trying to call Charlie Kirk a racist and call Christians? Listen, you got these black demon Edomite content creators, these racist content creators who make nothing but videos and live stream calling Christians evil. They call Catholics evil. They call Mormons evil. They call, if you're a MAGA, you're evil. If you voted for Trump, you're evil. Like, they're wasting their time focused on nothing but white issues, but they're not focused on community issues. And why is it that you have a white man right here on the screen, in the middle of the screen, the father here? He's more focused on trying to get something done to stop these issues from happening, which will actually have a direct impact, if successful, in the black community than actual black folks. See, and this is when people have a problem with it. You got white men that, when people say, well, shouldn't white men focus on white issues? He is focused on a white issue. That's his daughter. That black career criminal demon Edomite affected his daughter. So that now made that black community issue his issue. And why is it that you got white men that do more work for the black community than black people out? Where are all the black pastors who want to call Charlie Kirk out all day, but they ain't got no video content, no sermons, no messages? They not coming together. They not speaking up about situations like this. And I thought the Bible says to love everybody. The Bible don't say just love black people. The Bible says to love everybody. That's what the Bible says. The Bible doesn't say, well, you know, I'm black and you're white, so, you know, no. The Bible says everybody, whether you white, black, green, blue, purple, or yellow, whatever your skin color is, especially if you're trying to follow the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So how come none of them are speaking up, but yet they claim they follow God? Do they not care? Do they not have a heart for people? Why is it that if you black, you only supposed to care about black people issues? I thought we're supposed to care about people issues, period. Somebody crucify me to the cross for caring about all people issues. I don't want to see nobody get unalived. I don't care if they black, white, green. I don't care what their ethnicity is. I don't like hearing stories and seeing about anybody getting unalived. And no matter who it is or what it is, I'm going to speak about it. Because I don't like seeing this, man. This is a beautiful, young, 22-year-old woman that was about to be a school teacher, probably a great asset to the community, a great asset and a blessing to kids. None of us would be where we are if it wasn't for our teachers. Our teachers groomed us and invested in us and shaped us to be who we are today. Maybe that's why some of y'all are the way y'all are, because y'all didn't allow your teachers to do that. Uh-oh, I just opened up a can. Uh-oh. And now she's gone. And not many people even want to go into education because of how bad kids are, how crazy the situation is, and how the scenario is just off the chain. There's a lot of politics and so much going on. Senseless. Just like Charlie Kirk, senseless. No one should be unalive for their voice or just unalive just for existing, just for being there. It's not like this woman was doing something. And if we don't do anything about it, and we don't speak out about it, these situations will continue. So again, why does it take a white man to get involved in the black community? I can assure you, whatever he's trying to work towards and solve as it relates to this issue of letting these career criminals go out, you best believe it's going to permeate into the black community. And then you're going to have a bunch of black content creators getting mad, making videos. Why these white men in our community? That's the same way they got pissed off at Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk came into the black community and he spoke on black issues. But see, he a white man. So people had issues with a white man speaking on black issues. They didn't like that. They didn't like that he's trying to come in and provide solutions. You know, they was like, well, what you know? You white. You don't know anything about black issues in the community. Well, apparently there weren't enough black people doing what they do. They just want to protect the status quo, leave it alone. They act like nothing's wrong with it because ain't nobody talking about it. And it's funny, they got a lot of outrage for everybody white. They pissed off at Trump. They pissed off at you if you MAGA. They pissed off at you if you're a Republican, if you conservative. They pissed off at you if you believe in the Bible, you believe in God. They pissed off on you if you're an American, you support American values, you want to see all Americans prosper. You want to support the America. They pissed off at you. I mean, if you don't like America, hey, there's an opportunity to go to any country near you. There's plenty of other countries you can go to. If you don't like America, nobody's holding you here. You're free to go. You think other countries are better? Hey, you're free to leave. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Charlie Kirk was calling out a lot of the black demon Edomites. He wasn't calling out all black people. And you had a lot of people on the left triggered by what he said because they support these black demons. If you're not a black demon, a lot of them people weren't triggered by it. But see, the problem is we got mayors, we got governors, we got politicians, we got people all across the diaspora that support this. They support the crimes. You had this one racist black content creator. He said that the thugs in Chicago are the black people's army. That's right. The gangbangers, the thugs, the criminals. He said they are black people's army. I didn't know we had an army. This is the type of stuff that I'm saying. But they're not speaking out about issues like this. And sadly, this isn't the first. This isn't the first. Where's all the smoke from all the black content creators? And I'm not talking about smoke for me, because everybody got a lot of opinions and things to say about me. I'm not the one that's a career criminal. I'm not the one out here tearing up the community. I'm one of the people trying to help the black community. I live in the black. Listen, you got these black racist content creators, right? They make videos all day in live streams calling out white people, bashing MAGA, bashing Trump, bashing Republicans, bashing conservatives, bashing anything that's associated with being white, right? And yet they live in the white neighborhoods. They live, listen, they get to patronize and shop and fraternize with nothing but white folks. They living in the white neighborhoods. Their children go to white schools. They doing everything white. But then they act like they calling it out. They're hypocrites. Most of them people don't live in the black community. Check this out. I do. I got receipts. I live in the black community. I patronize. Listen, I patronize all communities. I show support in the black community. I show support in the white community. I show support across the board. But I'm making a point. I'm working in black schools. I'm putting my boots on the ground. I'm actually out there doing things. I ain't just a content creator. I'm actually boots on the ground. A lot of these folks, they're fraternizing with the white folks and they're acting like they're against them at the same time. Hypocrites, man. They're benefiting off of everything that white people do, but then they want to rage out and call them down and bring them out and act like we're going to call out their issues, but then they don't call out our issues. And then it takes somebody white to actually call out the issues, to use the so-called white privilege. They call out the issues, right? And then black people get mad about it. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy, man. And you wonder why things don't get better in the black communities. It's like when I speak about issues like this, you got people that want to attack me. What's going on, Floridian Rollo? Make sure y'all subscribe to Floridian Rollo. I'm talking about issues that transcend. Listen, there was a black demon Edomite criminal. Let me see if I can get his face back on the screen. Hold on one second. Let me see where he's at. I'm going to just kind of let it play real quick so I can get his face back on the screen. This affects the black community, the white community, all communities. And folks be like, look at this guy. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You have King Philip, who's a brother, who said that this isn't an issue. So let me get this straight. You don't care about black demons raping and unaliving women in your community? Whether you live in a white community or a black community or a mixed community, you don't care about that? See, this is what I'm trying to say. You got black folks that defend this type of behavior, but yet they want to call everybody white out. You're hypocrites. You're racist. If you're going to call people out, call them out across the board. Check my content out. I got videos where I'm calling everybody out. I don't care if you white, you black, you Asian, you Spanish. Listen, everybody can get called out if they're in sin, if they're in error, if they're doing wrong. I don't discriminate. Let me make this clear. Right? See, but listen, he says it's not an issue. He says he has security. But guess what, King Philip? Everybody does not have security. What are you going to say about women, men, boys, girls, moms, dads, etc., who don't have security to protect them as they go to and from? Look, I work for public safety. You want to talk about security? I am security. I work for public safety. But this is not about me. We're talking about people in the community, right? We're talking about people in the community across the board that don't have anybody to protect them. I'm telling you, man, it's like ever since Charlie Kirk passed, you could just see how people have no love. Like, where's the concern for this woman is dead? It's like you can see some black folks in here. They like, oh, well, another white girl dead. I don't care. That ain't me. That ain't my community. Ain't nobody black that's dead. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. And listen, how this guy gonna say public safety failed? So what are you trying? So are you trying to call me a failure, King Philip? Because I don't fail at my job. I have a track record. I've been on the news. I've been in the community. I'm known. I've done a lot of things to protect people, as well as my coworkers. You trying to say that everybody in public safety has failed? No, the justice system, the legal system has failed. This got nothing to do with public safety. How could public safety fail when the laws are allowing these people to repeatedly get arrested, get caught, get booked, get charged with crimes, and then end up back out on the street? How is that a public safety issue? That's the legal system. That has nothing to do with public safety. I mean, people act like public safety are just sitting around watching every single individual out here. Man, y'all people are literally on one. Listen, Tony Brown, how many times I have to say this? I spoke on Sandra Bland. I spoke on all of them. I spoke on George Floyd, all of them situations. Check my content. Stop being lazy. Look at my YouTube channel and check the videos that I talked about. Y'all are being lazy and you don't want to put any effort in to even seeing what I've already spoken on. Is Sandra Bland trending right now? No, she's not. Sandra Bland's situation has not taken place recently. I've spoken on these issues. What have you done? Have you spoken on these issues? No, you have not. Because if you did, it would be content about it. You have videos about it. You would be speaking out. You would have articles. You would be known. You'd be doing something. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Rollo's right. Said they just so lazy. Look, they want everything. They want everything to change. They want everybody to do something, but they refuse to lift a finger. These are the same people that can't even double tap on the screen. And you see what happens when you cover stories like this. When you talk about all of these issues, when you talk about these situations, you get attacked. And guess who's attacking me? You want to know? Listen, y'all want to know the main ethnicity that has attacked me in this live chat? Man, you will not believe the main ethnicity that has been attacking me during this entire live stream. I'll go ahead and tell y'all. I've been attacked by more black folks in this live chat than anybody white in this live chat. Isn't it ironic? It's so ironic. When you talk about dealing with people like this guy on here that's on the left that repeatedly gets out, has committed 39 crimes. I'm the one getting attacked. This is crazy. And this is what happens to any content creator that's black that speak out on black issues. And then you wonder why black folks end up getting pushed into other communities. And then y'all try to call them sellouts. Because when you're black and you try to speak about solving black issues, black people attack you. Black people go in on you. Black people call you everything else. It's crazy. Why is it that there's none but black folks going in on me, but the white folks ain't? I'm not saying there's no one white in the chat that hasn't said anything, but I'm saying predominantly, most of the comments, go back and look at it, they're coming from black people. It's crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. And then listen, you got a lot of people that are speaking about other topics that have nothing to do with this show. Why would I cover another topic when it has nothing to do with this show? There's so many people in the chat. I got hundreds of people saying, hey, you're going to talk about this. You're going to talk about this. Some of the things that y'all bringing up, I already got videos about, but y'all too lazy to take a look at it. I've already spoken on some of the things that y'all are bringing up. I got content, I got videos, but y'all don't want to look. Y'all don't want to see. We're talking about this issue here. This is crazy, man. I tell you. Look at this. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look, I can sense the hatred for us in your heart. You are a sellout because I know your heart, and yes, I'm black. Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm a sellout. I'm a black man. I got a black wife. I got black kids. I live in the black community. I work in black schools in public safety in the school system. I go around engaging in a lot of events in the community that's black, but I'm a sellout? No. Who are you? Who are you? What have you done, Tony Brown? I do more on a daily basis on my resume for black folks than you can even dream of. And you calling me a sellout? You trying to make it seem like, oh, he's over there running with the white folks. Check him out. He's probably got a white woman. He's probably white. Bruh, you know nothing about me. Come on, man. This is absolutely crazy. Check my content. I have spoken and done more for the black community than many of y'all here. And you calling me a sellout? Do you have a black wife, Tony? Do you have black kids? Are you raising a black family successful, keeping them out of crime, keeping them out of issues? Do you do anything for other black families in the neighborhoods? Are you helping single moms, single dads, married couples, children? Are you doing anything to prevent the problems in the black community? Are you voting? Are you getting out organizing? Do you have an organization? Do you support? Do you donate? Do you do anything? Do you make content? Do you speak out? No, you don't. You just over here trolling. Talking about, I can sense the hatred. No, I don't like black demon Edomites. Those are not my people. I don't like black demon Edomites who only want to exist to destroy the community, cause harm, tear everybody up, and bring everything down and get away with it like they saints, like they the righteous people. If you're black and you're not on that mindset, I got no problems with you. Black individuals that don't think like these black demons, that's not trying to be a career criminal and tear down the neighborhood. Individuals that are black that want to build up the neighborhood, that want to become something, want to do something with their lives. I support them. I don't support black demon Edomites. You got a lot of people who, like I said, since Charlie Kirk died, they exposed. You see what their true allegiance is. You see who they truly rock with. And they support the black demons. They support the black demon content creators. They support anybody that's on demon time. That's what they support. And you wonder why the issue's going in the community. And you know why they support that? Because they're on demon time too. Because if they were on righteous time, if they were on godly time, on biblical time, they wouldn't want to support that. Listen, the Bible says that Christ and Belial don't mix. Don't make me pull up the scripture. You can't have light and darkness. They have no fellowship. That's what the scripture says. Don't make me put the scripture on the screen. These people don't care nothing about the Bible. They don't care nothing about family values. They don't care nothing. And especially if it ain't somebody black. But watch this. If somebody black ended up on the news getting unalive, then y'all gonna be crying. Y'all gonna be like, oh, it's not fair. It's not right. Then y'all want to get concerned and get involved. Man, I tell you, man, hypocrites. Absolutely hypocrites. I tell you, man. And like I said, ignore the ignorant people in the chat who are trying to manipulate and twist what I say. Those people are ignorant. They're not paying attention to the topic. They're not paying attention to the content. They're not paying attention to anything going on. They're here to just be ignorant. You have a lot of people that's like that. They like to get engaged in ignorance, right? They're missing the entire point. They're missing the entire topic. Where are the black racist content creators who make videos and live streams all day long, 24/7, every day of the week, talking about nothing but white people, talking about how evil white people are, how bad they are, but they don't cover anything black? That is what the topic is. And how long are we going to allow this to continue? Stay on topic. I'm sure a lot of y'all didn't graduate school. And if you did, you didn't graduate with flying colors. Because obviously you don't know how to stay on topic. I'm pretty sure y'all got F's in your class. All your papers, all your projects, everything you did in school, you got F's on. Why? Because you don't know how to stay on topic. Stay on topic. Y'all just popping off at the mouth and y'all not even staying on topic. If we can't even stay on topic, how are we going to come to a resolution? How are we going to come to a solution? How are we even going to address the issue if you can't even stay on topic? I tell you, man, this is crazy. Listen, y'all. This is not about all people commit sin, all colors commit sin. That's not what this is about. You have people in the chat that don't know how to stay on topic. I'm making a point, and they're trying to justify where the black pastors that want to go make all their videos and sermons calling out everything white that Charlie Kirk did. And those same black pastors, for example, talked about Trey Reed that was in Mississippi the other day, found hung from a tree back in September, but they didn't say anything about Corey Zakatis, the white guy that was also found 3 hours later hung on a tree in Mississippi. They made no spoke words about it, no sermons, no videos. These content creators did not even talk about it. They're racist. Come on, man. So listen, y'all, I got moves to make in the community. Some of y'all are wondering, why am I getting ready to end this live stream? Because I need to get out in the community. When I get done serving in the black community, then I can come back on here and speak about other topics. So right now, I hope those of you that understand, no matter what your ethnicity is, listen, the American way. A nation is supposed to be founded on God. We're supposed to be striving to follow God, striving to support our American dreams, our American values. Not all this crazy demonic demon time stuff. It's like folks on demon time. Listen, I'm not for that. I don't support that. I don't support folks that are on demon time. I don't. I expose and call it out, just like Ephesians 5:11-14 says to do, and many other scriptures. Again, don't make me start preaching on y'all. I know the Bible very well. We've got to do something. We've got to speak out. Things are spiraling out of control. I just did a video about a black content creator getting hit in the face, getting attacked. But y'all don't check my content. I just spoke about a black woman, Savannah, who got hurt, brutally attacked. Why? Just because she asked a question and it was an open debate and the woman didn't like what was being said, didn't like her response, what have you. So instead of walking away, boom, she hit her in the face and drew blood. Shout out to Isandra for the $50 super chat. Man, appreciate you, Isandra. Appreciate you. I tell you, listen, y'all, I care about people, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Hispanic, whether you Asian, whether you Indian. I don't care what your ethnicity is. I care about people. Crucify me to the cross of Christ for caring about all races and speaking on issues that transcends all races. This issue transcended in the black community and the white community. This is an issue that should be uniting our communities to come to a solution. Instead, you got a bunch of people, and unfortunately, the majority of the people in the chat were black, and they was going on me. Why? Because another black man speaking about black issues, and you can't do that. If you speak about black issues, you's a sellout, sir. I'm a sellout. I'm an Uncle Tom. I'm an Uncle Ruckus, sir. You know, that's what they say when you speak about black issues. They like, don't say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. You can speak about white people all day. You can talk about how bad they are and their issues, but don't talk about the black community. The moment you do it, you a sellout. You're on their payroll. You're this, you're that. That's all the ignorance that people say, man. You wonder why issues stay the way that it is. You wonder why issues in the black community continue to get worse instead of getting better. Listen, man, I appreciate everybody that was here. I got to get out in the community. Shout out to those of you that are new. I kindly ask that you subscribe. I kindly ask that you double tap the screen. I appreciate your engaging comments, your commentary. You all make the show. And ignore the people that resort to name calling in the chat. Those are the class failures. Those are the ones who did not graduate. Those are the ones who have not become anything in life and have not accomplished a thing. And the highlight of their life is making fun of people that actually have accomplished things that they can only dream of. That's the highlight of their life. And that's why they're here in the chat. I tell you, man. I tell you. So listen, I'll be back on. I'm going to catch y'all in a little bit. I have a lot of content on my channel. For those of you that subscribe, those of you that like what I'm talking about, check out my content. I talk about all issues, all ethnicities. You'll find it here on my channel. And I go in hard on the paint with all ethnicities. Don't let these ignorant people in the chat let you actually think that this is all I'm about. Y'all think this one video is all I'm about? Listen, if anyone thinks that one video or one live stream is what a content creator is all about, man, y'all have nothing. Y'all have no understanding of content creation and what it means to be an influencer or a content creator. Y'all have no idea. You have to check what their content is about. But you know, people are too lazy to do that. So, you know, they just gonna go off with what they do. So, hey, shout out to all these, shout out to my righteous people, regardless of your Protestant. If you believe in the Bible, shout out to you. If you would like to believe in the Bible, shout out to you as well. Shout out to those of you that understand the concerns in our community about issues like this. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to those of you that are going to hold these black pastors, these black racist content creators that's making 1,000 videos every day talking about every white issue. Charlie Kirk, Trump, this and this and that, but they ain't got no smoke for the black folks that's tearing up the community. They ain't got no smoke for them. They got smoke for me, but they ain't got no smoke for them, man. I tell you, this is crazy. So, hey, appreciate you again, Zandra. You basically funded the show. And I'm going to get back on a little bit later. Let me get out of here. Again, what's up, Tanner? Yeah, God, look, the Most High brought you here, Tanner. Again, shout out to my new people. Listen, Gilgamesh, do you own a Bible? Gilgamesh, do you even talk about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Do you even know any scriptures? Look at these. Look, Gilgamesh is just a big hater. You would feel silly if you were to look at my content on the channel. As much as I speak about the Bible, dude, you would feel real silly. I tell you, man. Listen, double tap the screen on your way out if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate the support for everybody that's mature, everybody that gets it. Nothing but, you know, respect to y'all. And we're going to do this again. I'll be back a little bit later on tonight. Stay tuned, and I'll catch y'all then. Peace and blessings to those of you in the chat. Get your prayers up for the family who lost that 22-year-old woman. Get your prayers up with his father and, you know, the family here. This woman on the right, the blonde woman, 22 years old, was an aspiring school teacher. She's gone. We got to talk about it. So, hey, with that being said, you know what? Listen, let me just go ahead and I ain't got time for these people. These people just evil, man. People like Gilgamesh Jones in the chat is a demon. They're only here to be on demon time. This is a part of the problem that we have. So, hey, let me get out of here. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace and blessings to y'all. Again, double tap the screen, and I appreciate the support for those of you that subscribe. Again, shout out to Zandra. She actually funded the show. She came through in a big way with the $50 super chat. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you. Blessings to you as well. and we'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm going to try to get back